What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Cool. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Let me see some bread emojis. Let me see some bread emojis in the chat. Oh, I was about to say I got time today. I'm not moving it. I'm not doing a thing until I see somebody comment. Hey, Katie. Every, Everybody like the video before we start. Come on, y'all. Like up. Like up. Like up. Y'all, should I start posting on YouTube what things men have said to me would be a funny video? I say yes, Katie. Let's see, Katie, you have. Oh, everybody go subscribe to Katie. I just subscribed to you, Katie. Jeremy, where are you?
Ooh, Sam killed it.
Ah. Shitty boy, dog, should listen on this. Yeah, you know. I hope my ex dives into a pool of, I hope my ex dives into a pool of gas. Alright, I hope my ex dives into a pool of gas with a lighter in her pocket. I hope an active shooter runs into the Myers while she shot. I hope she goes through pregnancy then have a miscarriage. You can't really blame her, you gotta blame that bitch parents. I hope that bitch falls down 1,000 flights of stairs. I hope it hits her like a linebacker that life ain't fair. I hope that bitch loses all her friends, then meets a whole new group, then lose them all again. I hope the Kia boys find her new car. I hope she knows when that bridge burn, it ain't no new start. I hope she knows she lost the breadwinner. Hope she know I'm rolling up her cousin and his friends with me. I hope a bitch smack her so hard it leaves her head spinning. I hope that bitch learns to sauce out and the feds get her. I hope that bitch purse gets stolen. I hope she gets sidetracked the second that she gets focused. I hope her job fires her and she gets evicted. Hope her house catches on fire while she's stuck up in the kitchen. I hope her hair gets caught up in the elevator door. I hope she knows her new man's poor and I make it more. I hope mosquitoes bite her back where she can't reach. I hope something happens to her eyesight where she can't see. I hope the very worst for that hoe. I hope a witch makes a hex and puts a curse on that hoe. Or the bass guy. I hope she knows that now we ain't a thing, she just a lame now. I hope she pops a Percocet that's heavy on the Fetty. Shit, I hope she knows she's petty, wasn't even worth the hot and ready. I should have my new hoe come through just to beat her ass. Was a bum before I met her, like you should've seen her ass. I hope she grabs the last slice of pizza and drops. Hope my youngin' gets a hold of her visa and pops it. Never mind, it probably ain't no money on that bitch. She better not hit my jack, I'm acting funny on the bitch. Only thing that's dirty is that bitch is my pop. Only thing that's dirty is them 2 is my Glock. Only thing that's dirty is them 3 is my chop. Ho says she eating good as EBT when she shot. I hope she swims out in the ocean and some sharks attack her. I hope 100 more times that her heart gets shattered. I hope she breaks all 10 nails. I hope she ends up in the cell and no one sends bail. Living my best life, I mean the best life. And I hope she knows she lost the champion. Little bitch, I'm trophy holding. Fuck that hoe. It ain't shit to have my little cousin pull a bust that hoe. Ayy. Shitty boys, dog shit militia. 2 L's, then $. You know. Hey, fuck that hoe, fuck that hoe, fuck that hoe. Fuck that hoe, fuck that hoe, fuck that hoe. Fuck that hoe, fuck that hoe, fuck that hoe. It ain't shit to have my little cousin pull a bust that hoe.
I rock with it. Was that the song that you were telling me, Katie? Oh, we got content. We got content. We got content.
You want to be the Randy John that tells the truth, the Randy John that cares about me, because I know you are.
Detectives press a 14-year-old boy for the truth in front of his grandmother as they question him about whether he sexually assaulted a 91-year-old woman.
She deserves the truth to be told, and you know it.
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. This is a really disturbing case. Last June, Jesse Stone, he was a 14-year-old boy in Reddick, Florida, who was living with his grandparents and going to summer school. Now he's likely going to prison for a very long time. Body camera footage from the early morning hours of June 9th, 2024 shows Marion County Sheriff's deputies at a 91-year-old woman's home after she'd called to say she'd been sexually assaulted.
Okay, I'm up here in Reddick. I'm at a house. A 91-year-old lady calls in saying she was just raped. We get on scene. She's beat up really bad.
Now, it was late at night, and this was a terrifying, terrifying call. Who would do this to a 91-year-old woman? Deputies started walking the property looking for clues or someone possibly hiding. Others started securing the crime scene.
But we'll just get some tape. We'll lock down the house. Once she gets out, we'll wrap it up. Okay. It's our crime scene. I got evidence coming, major crimes coming. K9's coming, one's coming.
Who do you want to go with her to the hospital?
I don't care, as long as someone goes. I mean, if you talk to her, that's fine. If being that it's a female, maybe Alyssa can go a little bit more comfortable.
There was that lady's moved out of the way, right?
The one that was up there. With the phone?
Yeah.
Hey, have the neighbor with the phone step out of our way.
Now, this is a very, very serious case, so it was all hands on deck. The rest of the neighborhood could be in danger with a rapist on the loose.
So she saw a shadow approaching her, and all of a sudden he just started, wailing on her. She's significantly injured in her face and got a big...
You're good, Katie.
...gash on her arm. She's 91 years old. So she says that the guy sounded Hispanic and he was telling her to be still and penetrated her with his fingers. And she said that he felt like he was not erect, but maybe trying to be. She said it lasted about 15,
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says he never took off his pants.
She said he never took off his pants and it lasted about 15-20 minutes, and he left about 5 to 10 minutes prior to us going 97.
Now, 97 is part of a police code, meaning that deputies have arrived at a call. Collecting and preserving evidence is, of course, going to be very important in this case, and it appears plenty of evidence was left behind by the perp.
I'm sorry, I didn't know evidence was coming out. I gave Christian the dress and the underpants in 2 separate bags.
That's fine.
There's no, anywhere, when you walk around the house, no evidence of, her falling or anything, so everything she's saying is adding up. Everything is on her bed. Blood everywhere on her bed.
The neighbor said that only Hispanics that she knows is right across this road right here on this side.
Police are looking for a suspect and evidence, but they also want to know whether any of the neighbors saw anything.
Not obviously. Hey, did you see anybody run through here or anything?
Not to my yard, but then again, I went in the house at 9:30 to eat dinner.
Okay.
And came back out with my son and said he saw all the cars come up here.
Okay.
And I was sitting there for a minute.
Your son live here too?
Huh?
Your son live here too?
Yeah, my son lives here, my daughter. And
Katie. I'm still waiting on your Snapchat request.
son-in-law are down here from West Virginia on vacation. There was a car earlier that came up there, when it's still daylight out there, but I think that was one of her friends.
Okay.
I mean, it looked familiar, I've seen the car before.
Okay.
But nobody's been in my yard because I got dogs out and stuff.
Right. Okay.
She okay?
I hope.
I mean, I've known this lady since I was 10 years old.
Okay. I mean, it appears somebody was over there messing with the house. So.
That lady's daughters wanted her to move so many times out of here, too. She kept saying no, no, no.
All right.
Later that day, deputies talked to more neighbors.
I was out in the back working in my shop. I guess when all this was going down, I never heard nobody yell or anything. That's what was weird.
During the night?
Yeah, last night. I didn't come in till 9:30. Came back outside, and then my son said all these lights going up the road. That's when I came back out and talked to you.
Did the deputies talk to you last night?
Well, I gave them my name and stuff. Yeah, they just said, "Did you see anything?" I said, "No, I didn't see nothing." And they can't come through my yard because them two are out.
Sure.
Unless they jump fences. So.
Okay. Do you guys have video surveillance?
No, I got a set, but I don't have them up there. I'm crippled, so I've been trying to.
What the victim told police was absolutely terrifying. According to court documents, the woman said when the defendant jumped or pounced on top of her, she began to fight him by trying to push him off. Then he struck her face with his fists. Now keep in mind, as I told you, this is a 91-year-old woman laying in her bed in her own home. She told detectives she told the attacker to get off of her. Then she repeatedly prayed, "Dear God, please help me." And the defendant told her to shut up, shut up. Next, the victim said her underwear was torn off and she ended up face down and she was sexually assaulted. But then it stopped and the man left. During the investigation, detectives had encountered a 14-year-old boy named Jesse Stone in the neighborhood. They noticed a red stain on his clothes and asked to get a swab. His grandmother consented to that and him giving a DNA sample. Then 8 days after the sexual assault, detectives received the results that showed that Jesse Stone's DNA was left on the 91-year-old victim. They brought Jesse Stone into the sheriff's office in handcuffs. They sat him in a room by himself for quite a while.
Man, you doing all right? You need anything? All right, Jesse, I'm Ryan, and we're going to come in here and talk to you just a little bit, okay? We're waiting for your mama to get over here, just so we can all be here and talk and figure out what's going on, all right? Okay. You sure you don't want water or anything? Okay, if you need some, just get
this fool. Ask him if he wants a water.
a little knock, all right? Okay. Cool.
Jesse is in this room for more than 2 hours, and eventually they give him a blanket. It was likely very cold in that room with the AC on. It is Florida in June, after all. They move Jesse Stone later to an interview room, and his grandma, who's raising him, shows up.
Jesse, I'm going to ask you some questions. It might seem a little bit weird, but this is just to help me understand.
Yo, does this not look crazy to you? Why does it look like they're in Why does it look like they're in some primary school principal's office, and he has a blanket like he's just getting in trouble for cheating on his test? That's literally what this looks like. I guess Katie doesn't want to add me on Snap. It's cool.
And to make sure that I'm on the same page as you. So, do you understand the difference between a truth and a lie?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what the truth means to you.
The truth is what actually happened.
Okay. And what's a lie mean?
Something that's made up or not true.
Okay.
The detectives read Jesse his rights, and they ask him about being out in the neighborhood the night that the woman was assaulted.
Do you remember that night? So when I showed you that video of you walking, so that would have been late Saturday night.
Yes.
Do you remember everything that you did that night?
Yeah, I couldn't go to sleep, so I got up and I headed down the road to watch the cars that are coming from the concert. I've watched them, the cars looking for modified vehicles for a while, and then I went walking across the street for, I'm guessing, an hour before I came back to my house.
So you heard there that the detectives had seen Jesse Stone on video in the neighborhood. They'd also met him in the neighborhood. Then Jesse Stone talked about seeing the victim hours before she was attacked. It was something the victim had already told the detectives, that the boy she knew as Randy John had stopped by.
Where was she at?
On the front porch, sitting in her rocking chair in front of the door.
Okay, gotcha. So what was the last time, like, before then, when you had seen her, or I guess talked with her, like, kind of like you did that day?
The last time I'd seen her before that was probably about, I want to say a week and a half before. She was driving down the road from like church or something.
Oh, okay.
And she just stopped and said hi real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember the last time, like, my understanding when we spoke the first time, and correct me if I got this wrong, that you, when you were younger, you used to go over and talk with her quite a bit.
Yeah, I'd go over, talk, help her.
The detectives then asked Jesse Stone whether he had ever been in certain parts of the victim's home, and this leads to their big gotcha moment in this long exchange.
So she's never asked for your help to do those types of, like, household chores, so like laundry or whatever? Okay.
No, I've helped with the laundry machine, but not to do laundry.
Not like you've never done her laundry for her, or bed sheets or anything like that?
No.
You've never, like, taken a nap or slept in any of her bedrooms or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you remember if you've ever been in any of those bedrooms?
No.
No?
No. I've never been in any room other than the living room, kitchen, the bathroom.
Okay. Well, Randy Dunn, I think you probably know that I wouldn't ask that question unless I had a reason to.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to be honest with you because, I mean, I feel like you've been mostly honest with me. And I know your mom's been honest with me. Is it okay if I call you his mom?
Yeah.
Guardian? Okay. I don't mean to.
It's okay, yeah.
But when I came over to you on, I think that was Sunday, and I was asking you about your clothes and the video and such, and I explained that I wanted to get your DNA because I knew that you had been over there before because you mentioned, like you told us today, that you had talked with her. So I knew that at the very least there would be evidence of you being in the porch.
Yeah.
Right? So I went and met with your mom, and you guys signed a consent form, and we got your DNA.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we sent your DNA and the sex kit up to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who does the testing stuff for stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, is there any reason at all that your DNA would be on her clothes?
Yeah, we when I said goodbye to her, we hugged, like a slight hug.
Okay.
That's...
Let me be a little bit more specific. Your DNA was on her underwear.
What?
And so I want you to really use this time here to be honest with me about what happened that night, because I think that we know what happened, and I think that your mom knows what happened because she also wrote down a list of times that you went in and out of the house that night, to include the time that the call came in. And I think you probably know that you wouldn't be in here unless we had a good reason to put you in.
I don't see... What?
It's not about Randy John. It's truth.
Yeah, truth. It's impossible for my DNA to be on her underwear.
That's what we like to think too, brother, but that stuff doesn't lie. That stuff doesn't get made up. And sometimes the truth can be hard. You seem like a really good guy, man. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders. You can make connections with people that need help. You go out there and you help other people. And there's people out there sometimes that make mistakes.
I'm gonna come over here and I want to make sure.
It doesn't make you a bad person for making a mistake.
The detective then lays out photos of the victim, showing Jesse Stone what had been done to her.
Well, we just need to understand, like, who is Randy John, man? Because I don't... And we don't think that was the intention. But we need to understand what happened, man.
Randy, I want to be real clear with you. We know what happened. What I want to hear from your own words, everything that went on that night.
God.
Holy cow. I want to know why this happened.
Randy, help us understand him.
Randy, look at me for a second. You did this exact same thing when I asked you about you walking down the road or jogging down the road at 11 o'clock. And you did the whole, I don't remember, and I was like, and you finally admitted to it. And I think this is the exact same thing. I know what happened. And it's only going to help you for you to be honest with me about what happened. Because like I said, we know what happened because we have your DNA at the crime scene.
Like you said, it's not like we're talking about a sweater that it was found on. It's in this elderly woman's underwear. What are you thinking, man? We're putting everything out here and you're kind of just looking at all this, man. I know it might be a shock, but what are you thinking?
I'm overly confused.
What are you confused about?
Yeah, what are you confused about, bro?
I wasn't even near her house. I was across the street.
You're hot, bro.
A whole hour. You were gone.
Yeah. I said I was gone for about an hour.
The detectives leave the room, and Randy John is left with his grandmother.
Mom, I don't know if you want to have a couple minutes to talk with your son. Randy, I want you to think real long and hard about everything that happened. And I want to do this, listen, more than I want to have the truth from you about what happened, because I know that you know what happened, I want to do this for her. If she is as an amazing of a person as you say she is, and I believe you because I've talked with her, getting all of this out in the open for her is what matters.
She deserves the truth to be told, and you know it. Personally, I can't believe that this is a horrible thing, Randy John. That's a horrible thing.
I don't even have the ability to do that.
Well, it's hard for me to believe too. It's really hard for me to believe too that you would do a thing like this.
I didn't.
But how many times have you been caught in lies?
I know.
And this is the whole reason why you're on restriction. It's because you're not telling the truth about things. If this woman deserves to have the truth, she deserves it, and you know that.
What?
And don't say whys, Randy John, because why doesn't exist here.
Right. I wasn't at her house.
Randy John, it's across the street. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her face. That's
They know the woman? Oh my God. She said that's Miss Somebody. This kid is definitely not. Hey, this kid is cooked.
I don't even think of that. I've never seen you hurt anybody, but
I don't want to hurt
what the hell are you doing outside at that time of night? It doesn't make any sense. Do you understand? Randy John, it doesn't make any sense. There's a million different things you can do. Being outside where you don't belong, and you know you don't belong out there.
I'm sorry, but I'm an outdoorsy person.
You're not an outdoorsy person. You're a sit in front of the TV kind of guy.
There's no way he's trying to make an excuse for him E-paring this woman by saying I'm an outdoorsy person, by saying he couldn't sleep at night. And his mom sees right through it. Bro, this guy, man.
But I don't have TV. I'm outside. Well, I don't know. I hope and pray you did not do this to this woman. I hope and pray. I hope and pray you did not do this. Because this is horrific. This is a human being. And she deserves justice. She does. If this would have happened to your sister, what would you do? Murder whoever did. If you know anything about this, Randy John, for her at least, if you care about her,
He wouldn't do shit, by the way.
tell the truth. Tell the truth. You know, we've been down that road before where you've been lying about something and you swear up and Randy John, you've lied about stuff before.
Jesse's grandmother leaves the room, and the detectives do most of the talking.
When I just got done talking to your mom, and she said that, I mean, you're 14, right? I think every 14-year-old's had some thoughts about what a woman's like and things like that. And I heard that you've been kind of exploring some nudity and pornography. Is that what's going on, man? The thing is, Grandma's got no reason to lie to me, and you have no reason to lie to me about that either. That's totally normal and totally fine.
Oh, that's it for Grandma.
So is that something I heard you taking Grandpa's phone and taking a look at that?
No, I don't do it on Grandpa's phone. I haven't been able to do it since I had a computer because she takes everything away.
Yeah. Well, is it true that you were looking at some of that stuff? Like I said, it's totally normal, man. Okay. And like I said, and I think like Detective Hardigan said, it's totally normal to want to find out about these things, especially for someone it seems like you really truly cared about this woman.
Yeah.
And maybe you just wanted to figure out what was what, man.
What it was like. Maybe you went into there, you didn't expect for her to be awake. And so you freaked out. And you panicked. Because that's what it looks like. Is that this was oh shit. And then maybe you just flopped around not expecting her to, maybe you just wanted to knock her out. You didn't think you would hurt her this bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got out of there.
Because what we're trying to figure out, Randy John, is like Detective Hardigan said, like we're pretty certain of what happened. What we're trying to figure out is Randy John the kind of guy that breaks into people's houses with axes and chops them up into pieces and leaves them and murders them? Or did Randy John just make a mistake? Did he go into a house and expect this 91-year-old woman to be sleeping and maybe figure out something about life, and then things just went awry? Because the thing is, people panic, man. And people do things that they don't mean and they don't want to do when they panic.
So the detectives, as you saw there, tried to make Jesse Stone feel comfortable, like he just made a mistake, so he would open up to them. Eventually, he confesses, saying that he watched pornography on the victim's iPad and then went into her room and assaulted her. His confession is redacted under Florida law, so you won't be able to hear it.
Honestly, Randy John, I feel like you probably wished that this had never happened. Like, I honestly still believe that you never really intended to hurt. Because you care about her.
Yeah, I don't intend to hurt anyone.
The male detective and Jesse Stone talk extensively about him watching pornography, and Jesse talks very openly and freely about it.
You mind if I give you some more stuff? Sure. So, how old were you when you started watching the porn videos?
My friend showed them to me when I was 10.
10? So you've been watching them since you were 10?
Off and on, yeah.
Okay. How often do you think you were watching them before you got put on restriction?
Once or twice a week.
Okay. And what kind of stuff were you watching? Looking at pictures? Were you watching videos?
A mix of both.
A mix of both? Okay. And what site do you normally use?
The XNXX.
XNXX. And that's all it's called? Mm-hmm. You just put that into Google, XNXX?
Yeah, it was the website my friend showed me.
Okay.
Jesse Stone pleaded guilty to the charges back in December. He'll be sentenced next month. He is now 15 years old. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Thank you so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.
I gotta do something real quick. Don't y'all be looking at my emails either. Cool.
I'm a murderer! I murdered my mother! I murdered my mother! I murdered my mother! Okay. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That was.
We got content. We got content. We got content.
So vicious. Did you see that? Did you see? I can't look at myself. 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 I would never do that to my mom.
A Florida woman calls a co-worker in the middle of the night begging for help. When he gets to her house, she reveals something shocking and tells him to call 911. Within an hour, police uncover the brutal truth in the woman's garage, where one of the most savage crime scenes imaginable awaits them.
I'm the devil! I'm the devil! I'm the devil!
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has
Doing all that, I believe you.
never been seen before until now. The scene that police find inside a Royal Palm Beach, Florida home on March 16, 2018 is one of unimaginable horror. Blood spatter stretches from the entranceway to the kitchen, into the laundry room, and even up the walls. But it's inside the garage that the authorities find the true nightmare. A woman's body, mutilated beyond recognition, her eyes carved out of her head. And while these images will undoubtedly remain engraved in the memories of every law enforcement officer who sees them, one may last longer than the rest. The woman's eyeballs placed carefully on top of a Little Caesars pizza box, right over the cartoon logo's eyes. But the first signs of trouble didn't come from this unfathomably gory police walkthrough. They came hours earlier when a 32-year-old woman named Camille Baya began sending unusual text messages to Kenneth, her manager at work.
At 10:24, and they said, I got my big wings now. I got a story you could tell for centuries.
Kenneth's phone shows that the first text from Camille came at 10:08 p.m. and depicted an emoji of an angel. Shortly thereafter, she sent him a picture of a man giving the middle finger to a police car and wrote, "There's only one." Camille then sends a cryptic message that reads, "I need to sleep. Can you tell the boys to keep it down up there? I need to rest." Attached to this text is a helicopter emoji.
Do you know what that means? I had no idea.
But the text continued. Camille sent a photograph of 3 gold statues with a message reading, "My pendant." She then writes, "Bring it to me by order of King Osakan 22, and sends a picture of a city with a pyramid. She ends the string of texts with one final ominous message that reads, "Mom doesn't believe me, King. Can you believe her?"
You work for FedEx? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm a manager there. Okay. So what did she do? She was a courier. Courier. And a new book would be written. Is she the time? I think that was done before you. She was texting y'all afterwards. My guess, strictly my guess, would be when she sent you, I got my wings. It was already done. That would be my guess.
Camille also sent similar text messages to another manager at FedEx that night, but it wasn't until shortly after 1 a.m. that she picked up the phone to call a coworker named Julio.
Well, I was asleep, and I got a call from Camille, and she sounded like something happened. She sounded, I don't know, frantic maybe. I don't know if that's the right word, but she told me, she's like, "Can you come over? I need somebody to talk to." And I was like, okay. And I hung up. And then I told her to text me her address, and I came over here, and I saw her outside. I met with her outside her house, and when I saw her, she was kind of mumbling a little bit. I couldn't understand everything that she was saying, but she was saying something about that she's been offered meds, that her weed got laced. Then she told me that she murdered her mom.
On the heels of that horrifying admission, Julio immediately calls 911, and deputies from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office respond to the scene. They find Camille sitting on the sidewalk and immediately notice that her hands are covered in blood. She tells the responding deputies that she killed her mother and makes the statement, "The drugs made me do it." But it's not until they put her in handcuffs and begin walking her to a police car that she becomes completely unhinged.
My medicine, and I was wicked. I killed her, and 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 I killed her. I killed her, I killed her, I killed her, I killed her. The just made me do it. Oh my God, oh my God. I'm a mad, I'm a mad, I'm a mad. I'm a murderer. I murdered my mother. I murdered my mother. I murdered my mother. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm the devil. 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 I'm the devil.
Camille.
My mother. My.
As if you can just kill her. What?
Come across.
If Camille is sick, a look inside the house may reveal why. The entire first floor is decorated in blood. Inside the garage, there awaits a scene of utter savagery. Camille's mother, Francisca Montero Baya, lies on the floor, her face smashed, with a deep cut to her right arm and a long, wide gash down the center of her chest. There's another deep cut in her pubic area, and the skin of her forehead has been peeled back, exposing the skull underneath. Her eyes are missing, and of course there is their final tragic resting place, positioned on top of a pizza box, almost like someone's idea of a sick joke. Investigators notice there are cameras set up inside and outside the house, but when they check the recordings, they find that the DVR has been unplugged. The bloodstains surrounding the outlet suggest that this was done very recently. Camille tells police that she thinks someone laced her marijuana with PCP, or Flocka, a designer drug that can lead to hallucinations and violent aggression.
Keep my email, Captain Tiller, because if she's on a Flocka, she's got to be transported. Yeah, that's your guys' call.
One thing I'm gonna tell y'all guys. No, I'm not.
Flocka, a designer drug that can lead to hallucinations and violent aggression.
Keep my email, Captain Tiller, because if she's on a Flocka, she's got to be transported. Yeah, that's your guys' call. Your guys' jail ain't gonna take her anyway. Yeah, so Sergeant will address that.
It's decided that Camille should be taken for medical treatment, and she is none too happy about it.
Let's get you checked out. Why don't you come over and have a seat? Okay.
Hey, just take me to jail. What the f*** you brought me to the hospital for?
At the hospital, her strange behavior continues.
How old are you? I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer. You can't. Stop asking me dumb.
Hi, Camille. Let's just get through this as quick as we can, so don't make it any harder for the doctor and nurses, alright?
I accept I would you die with you die with you die.
You want to get out of here and go over there, right?
I couldn't get over. I couldn't get over. I couldn't fight it. I couldn't fight it. She was innocent. She was innocent. She was innocent. She was so good. She was pure. She was pure. She was pure. And the devil came and I killed her.
Alright, Camille, can we get the jacket off so that they can treat your hand?
Hey, Camille, those injuries on your legs, when did those happen, honey? Sweetheart, did that happen tonight?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course. I did it. I don't want to say how I did it. Please don't make me say how I did it. You see how I did it. You see how I did it.
Were you trying to hurt yourself?
No. It was in me and I got to her. It doesn't matter because I did it. It doesn't matter because I did it.
It matters to me.
It doesn't matter because I didn't fight it. I didn't fight it hard enough.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was so vicious. Did you see that? Did you see?
Y'all go subscribe to E.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry. It was me, Mommy. I'm sorry. I should have listened. I should have stopped smoking. I'm sorry.
The autopsy later reveals that Camille's mother died from blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation. In addition to the extensive lacerations, her nose and facial bones were fractured, and several teeth were cracked and knocked out. Her right eye wall had been broken, and a foreign substance, later determined to be marijuana, had been pushed into her brain. In an equally inexplicable discovery, a set of keys is found in her vagina. At the hospital on the night of the murder, Camille seems unable to cope with the haunting memory of what she's done.
I can't believe I did that. Oh my God. Please not me now. Please, I can't think anymore. I can't think anymore. Please. I don't want to feel like this. I feel like the devil. I want it. I'm trying to get it out of me. Get it out of me. Get it out of me.
He's lying. She doesn't feel remorse, because if she did, she would say, please kill me. Not please take me to jail. Matter of fact, kill. You guys are so lucky I'm not president.
Get it out of me.
Camille's toxicology report will later reveal the presence of THC and
Hey. Should Breadman run for presidency in 2028?
amphetamines in her system. And while there is no mention of Flocka in the test results, one of her neighbors recalls Camille mentioning it on a previous occasion.
We were just kind of talking, maybe something about the news that day. I don't remember exactly, but it was something about a situation that had happened, about somebody being on Flocka. And then that night too, we thought, this is so weird. She just admitted that she had done that. And we were all kind of like, you tried that? And she's like, yeah, I sprinkled some on a cigarette.
But while it's unclear what part illegal substances may have played in that night's massacre, the
Not that that's okay, but look, this is why you can't tell people shit. This is why you can't tell people shit. Look, they were probably all kicking back at a kickback, having their drinks and whatnot. And she was probably telling her about that time where she had a threesome, where she wasn't supposed to, or she snuck behind her man, she cheated, and she decided to say, I sprinkled some Flocka. But it's just like,
And we were all kind of like, you tried that? And she's like, yeah, I sprinkled some on a cigarette.
But while it's unclear what part illegal substances may have played
Keep your business to yourself. I'm telling you, whatever it is, keep it to yourself, please.
in that night's massacre, the discoveries keep getting more and more bizarre. Inside the garage, police find a cryptic handwritten note that reads, "The gates to heaven are in your eyes, the stairway to heaven at your legs. I found nirvana when you tasted the fruit. I was blinded by love at first sight." At the hospital, Camille is no closer to finding peace.
I can't look at myself. 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 I would never do that to my mom.
No, you did that to your mom.
I'm such a mama's boy. I love my mama.
My mama's boy. Hold on. Nah, ain't no way in hell this is a boy. What's her name? Nah, that's not a boy. Yeah, you're not a boy. I'm sorry.
According to one of her mother's co-workers, however, the
Her mother. Okay, yeah, that's not a boy. She said, "I'm such a mama's boy." Yeah, this.
relationship between Francisca and Camille had grown strained in recent months.
I knew she was having problems with this daughter.
Okay.
Drugs and many times she didn't want to go home. We would go after work, we'd go here, we'd go to the restaurant and they have, happy hour and something to eat because she didn't want to go home.
She didn't want to go home. How long has that been going on?
That's about a year now.
About a year now?
Yeah, or more,
Okay.
And she was having trouble sleeping and you could see things were bothering her, but she wouldn't talk to anybody.
On the night of the murder, a nurse tries to look past Camille's horrific deeds to offer words of comfort.
I'm dead. It doesn't matter. I'm having no soul anymore.
No soul?
No.
Everybody got a soul.
Pray and you talk to the Lord. You'd be surprised what you I don't want forgiveness. I don't want to forgive. I don't want forgiveness.
So how are you going through this?
Because I'm a monster.
You're what?
A monster. A monster. A monster. A monster.
You're a monster? Nobody's a monster. Camille, I'm not sure what you're going through, what you did, but I'll pray for you so everything will be okay, all right?
It's never going to be okay ever again. There's nothing you can do.
You gotta show me
Nothing will be ever okay after that.
Okay, we're going to give some the time you go.
Why? What did I do? Yeah.
I'm going to give her some medicine so she could be a little bit more calm.
I could get some vital signs too.
I gotta get vital signs. Did we get anything to relax her?
Marilyn is ready to go.
Ready to go where?
Prison.
The police prepare to transport Camille to the detention center for booking, but the nurse has some parting words.
I'm sorry I just met you. I wish I could, be here for you, but just pray, girl. God is good. Unfortunately, we have to live for the mistake we made in life. Can I give you a hug before you go? Oh, thank you.
Although she was originally booked on first-degree murder, Camille Baya ultimately pled guilty to manslaughter with a weapon 6 years later, in November 2023. She was sentenced to 15 years in prison with credit for time served. Francisca Montero Baya was 55 years old.
15 years for gashing your mom's eyeballs out. Oh my God. You wanna hold on. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, by the way, well, I'm gonna leave the title name this, but I guess I should have gave a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, but let me put a disclaimer.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober, her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never bought respect. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He fiended for props like addicts with pipes and needles, and so he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed. Everyone trying to be trife never faced the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So Billy started robbing niggas, anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers the crack rock. Working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine. Fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club, but only a real thug has stabbed someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes, Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45. Everyone tryna be trife, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be God's angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. They drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on her way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her. Walking through the projects, the darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving, blood leaking through the cloth. She cried silently, and then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head.
Damn, I'm damn near getting. I gotta remember, it's just music. You know what I'm saying? It's just music. It's like this type of stuff really gets me angry.
I'm falling and I can't turn back. I'm falling and I can't turn back. Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers. Cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover, but what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to Little Thug's flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't.
Hold on. We're not gonna skip past this part.
Cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some research after this about that.
Follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to Little Thug's flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow, and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.
Alright. We're going to need an explanation from this. Perfect.
obviously perception wise as a kid, I didn't associate a Green Lantern and Immortal, even though it makes sense, like musically, and it was dope. But yeah, I think like you said, like you pointed out so much stuff early, because again, at that time we didn't have access to YouTube and like jumping down a rabbit hole, and it's like, wait a minute, what is he talking about? Like, I think that you definitely, in terms of shedding the light to a whole generation of kids who were just hip hop heads, you definitely did open their eyes to a lot of wild shit, man, and a lot of truthful shit.
Right. And I think that even to this day, there's songs that I've written that people still ask me questions about. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Kev, even 20 years later, people ask me, is Dance with the Devil a true story? And I have to look these people right in the eye and say, sir, I am not responsible for raping or killing any women. That is absolutely crazy. It is a song. However, I can take people, if they really want, to the building where this incident happened in Harlem. And the truth is that actually did happen, and those people that were allegedly responsible for that began dying. And that's why it became such a powerful story, because everyone's like, oh, you're telling hood tales. What if these motherfuckers come back for you? And I said, let them.
Right.
What are they gonna do? Like, you think that the neighborhood is going to protect them after they find out what they really did, that they raped a woman? Do you realize that in rich communities, you can get away with stuff like that? You're like, oh, there are little kids coming in all hours of the night. No one says anything because we're all billionaires. But if you live in the ghetto and someone says a rumor in the hood, oh, someone's touching kids in apartment.
Yeah, they're getting fucked
bro,
up.
everybody from the neighborhood, yo, ¿qué pasa?
Kicking the door down,
What the fuck is going on here, Holmes?
Straight up.
So that's the kind of energy it was. And these people literally started dying. And one of them, we're not going to mention names because these people don't deserve to be remembered in a good light, but this is a sad story. They couldn't find this man, Kev. And what I explained to people about the street is that there's no rules. Just like there's no such thing as a safe gun. You have to respect everything. I'm a big Second Amendment guy, but you have to respect the weapon. There's no such thing as a safe gun. These people were out here thinking that they could get away with a crime and that they wouldn't be found, and they murdered this man's son to get him to come to the funeral so they could kill him. Jeez. This is the type of shit that people were dealing with.
That's one of your, would you say that's your most popular song? It's like one of them, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. For people who, because there's going to be people watching this YouTube video who subscribe, who maybe are not hip to your catalog.
That's fine.
Give us a break. Like, for people who haven't heard Dance with the Devil, what is the premise of the record?
Well, I mean, without giving the entire thing away, I would say that it's definitely a very realistic tale of what happens when people feel.
I've been watching Bootleg Kev for a minute. My bad. I didn't know I wasn't subscribed. My bad.
Peer pressured to commit violence to join a gang, or when they feel like they have to overcompensate for not being as tough as everybody thinks they is, and they commit violence and do horrible things to people to try to prove something to somebody. I remind individuals that are really living in the street, we don't deal with gratuitous violence. We deal with people that have offended or hurt us, who have come into our neighborhood and caused problems. The premise of going into another neighborhood and just trying to hurt people doesn't make sense now. I mean, even if you ask the essays that run each block, they'll be like, why would I start a war for no reason? But in New York City, it was structured differently. It wasn't so much gangs, it was crews back in New York.
Right.
So if you heard about a story like this, it became an urban legend immediately. And not just that, Kev, it was that the story was always a little bit different. Instead of it being the guy's mom, it would be the person's stepsister, it would be the aunt, it would be someone related. And I think when you have tales about, murder or killing people, it's aggrandized sometimes in hip hop to the point that you never really see the impact of what that is. Like, even if y'all kill someone that's not a kid, if y'all kill someone that's 30 years old, you think that's not somebody's son?
Of course.
You don't think you have a target on your back, right? You don't think that somebody's coming back for you.
Yeah.
That's the reality. And more often than not, when people come up to me and they say, oh, do you think the guys from Dance with the Devil were really cursed by the devil? And I'm like, no, they lived a horrible lifestyle where they thought they could get away with hurting people at random. And eventually it caught up not just to them, but to their children as well.
Deep shit. Deep shit. All right, I'll catch you on the next stream. Peace.